So we're going to play Homebound from after Brood War. If you want to read the story and play this, you're more than welcome to do that yourself. I'm just going to show you how to play this mission. Man, this mission's so great. Let's have some fun with it. So when it starts off, you come down with Kerrigan. Just make sure that you have her cloaked and look for her rock. Now, I think sometimes the terrain could change, but I usually look for the rock. There's a rock here. Just walk to the rock. You should be safe. And then just follow the way all the way to the command center and then blow it up. All right, so a lot of action is going to happen here in a second, so let's move. So let's get Kerrigan over here. She's going to stay here and set up the defense. We've got Raynor. Raynor's going to go up and distract Blue, because Blue is a pain. You don't want them attacking you if you can avoid it. I'm going to take one SEV. We're going to send this SEV all the way to the top right-hand part of the map, and then we're going to build some supply depots. But number one, I need to get this command center going. We're going to build another command center over here. Get Jimmy set up. He should be attacking some supply depots pretty soon. So here you can see we've got the supply depots and the command center going. Go ahead and get 3 supply depots. The exact amount. So you have 800 minerals, so I have just enough for 2 more command centers, which I will build soon. Let's get Jimmy hold position there. Let's just start moving these other units up. Don't really need to move the drop ships. I would leave them at home. We're going to set up a tank here. We're going to set up Kerrigan on the high ground. Notice Jimmy's already doing his job. We're going to set up a tank right in the middle. We want to be able to cover from units pushing into our base to the right, and we want to be able to cover from units trying to move around on the right side as well. So you want to go ahead and take this cliff. We'll set up our Marines in a second. That's not super urgent. Let's go ahead and get our team set up for our command centers. Let's go ahead and get these SEVs where they need to be. All right, great. So we've got our SEV up to the top. There's a base here to the top. We're going to take it as well. A lot of action here at the beginning. This is not a very hard mission later on, but there's a lot of activity at the beginning in terms of getting everything set up. So you got to be pretty quick getting it going. They don't attack for a while, but you don't want to mess around too much here. So I want to make sure Kerrigan has a medic. She's on the high ground, so they'll miss a lot of shots shooting at her, so she'll be able to snipe many units. I might put 1 Marine up on the high ground. But the main thing is just create a nice little concave where they can't easily get around you here. Because if you put too many units over here, they'll sneak a bunch of units into your main, and then you'll have a bad day. So that's my recommendation on that. So we'll go ahead and start here. All right, so you can see as they attack Kerrigan, she'll be fine. We got Yamato here. We're going to take out this turret and keep working on these depots here. We will have to repair Jimmy a little bit later in this matchup, but for right now, he should be just fine. Let's go ahead and get these SCVs doing their job. Sometimes what I like to do is go ahead and get an SCV or 2 over to the low ground. So I'll just ship them over to be a little bit quicker. So I got them. Let's move them. Get back. Let's check on Jimmy. You have to keep an eye on Jimmy. It's fine to use them early in the match, but same thing with Kerrigan, but they become liabilities late. So you do not want to use your heroes late into the game. You want to just keep them safe and let them stand in, some safe location. I'll show you later how you can do it. But right now, you can see, Kerrigan will take out most of these units no problem. You might want to move her to the low ground late to support some of those units, because you can get crushed pretty hard there later on. Alright, so when you're mining to get going there, just build SCVs naturally. I'm going to get 1 to start building depots here. Alright, so I don't do these videos very often. I'm going to have to really think about what to talk about in the late game, mid game, because I won't really have a whole lot to talk about, because it gets a little bit easy once you... Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to move Kerrigan down quick, so she can support there. Although that was orange attacking, so I'm not really worried about that. So send her back. Keep an eye on Jimmy. He's in the orange now, so you do have to be careful with him. You do not want him to die. Otherwise, it'll be a sad day. This video will be over. So I'm going to get a bunker soon, so I need a barracks for that. Keep an eye on my SCVs. I want to keep mining. Keep using... I would recommend on this to use kind of the Protoss method, I guess, that Tasteless uses, where you put Team 0, 9, and 8 for your command centers, and just do 8P, 9P, 0P, like you're building probes. I think that's probably the best way to do this. I'm not great at that, of course. I am just you know, a casual player. Okay, here's where you have to be a little bit careful. So I'm going to see if I can pull these guys back a little bit and get Kerrigan over here to help. So I don't lose too many Marines. And the tank's helping out a little bit there too. Great. So that was about as good as it can go there. Not too much better I think I could do there. Jimmy's doing okay still. I'm trying to keep an eye on him. I need to get my factories going soon, because they will send mech late, of course, and you need to make sure that you have tanks popping out. So I'm going to go ahead and build a bunker here. I like to have the bunker there to support, and I'll eventually move Kerrigan down that way. She can be quite helpful there. Things there is good. Yeah, I used to build my factories here. Actually, I like to build them up on the high ground. There's a lot more space here to build. Okay, so what I'm going to do with Raynor is he's getting hurt. I don't want him to come home yet. I just want to send some SCVs to help repair him. So, got that set up. Got the bunker now. Get them in. He can stay up here. It doesn't really matter. Give her an extra medic. Keep those SCVs coming. Keep some supply depots going. I've got to get these factories building now. I've already waited too long for that, I feel like. So Jimmy's still doing fine. I can go ahead and Yamato this other turret here. How's that? Okay, let's get him some support up here. Do not want him to get killed, otherwise this will be, again, a sad day. I have not been checking this. It's frustrating. But it's okay. It's okay. Not the end of the world. Okay, come on, SEV. I want to build this. These are not aligned, so that's annoying. But whatever. We'll fix it later. Let's keep building these depots. I want to keep maybe a 20 buffer, 20 supply buffer there. Alright, so I'm going to actually stop with Jimmy for a second, because I want to make sure he gets repaired and they don't attack my SCVs. Siege tank likes to attack the SCVs if you get a little too close. This base should be fine. I wouldn't worry about that until after the mech hits the main. Once the mech attacks the main, at that point you need to be starting to think about getting that defense going. But right now, just keep your SCVs coming. Get those factories up and start pumping tanks. So you're going to need a lot of tanks. So these are not aligned. I'm actually going to align them up. I like to use F2 for my building location. F3, I guess we'll set F3 here so we can set our rallies quite quickly. I'm going to go ahead and build another factory, maybe right here. I'm not super great at this. I'm trying to improve at setting up rallies and building placements and things. Not something I've traditionally known, even though I've been playing Starcraft since 1998 probably. You learn new things as you continue to play this game. I'm going to, and again, I'm just a casual player. I'm not that great or anything. I don't play ladder or anything like that. Not going to worry about anything there still. I have to be careful with Jimmy because they can surprise you and all of a sudden say, you know what, we're going to send a whole bunch of units at him instead of attacking my base. And that's when you get in trouble. So you need to make sure you're keeping an eye on that. I'm doing pretty well on money right now. I'm going to go ahead and build a starport and my upgrades. So Raynor's doing fine. I'm pretty happy with where he's sitting right now. Keep an eye on him. Make sure nothing happens there. Pretty happy with this. Alright, now we're going to see... Okay, so now we start to see some more units popping in here. I've got to get these tanks out, as you can see here. So if I put it here, that unit will get blocked. Let's put it here so I can keep that moving. I need more tanks here. Let's send some SEVs up to repair. Again, they're missing shots on Kerrigan. I'm not too worried about her position right now. I will move her later. But I've got to get more tanks out. This is way past due. Supplies looking good. Units looking good. Let's check down here again. Not happy with that getting lit up. Let's repair it. You stay up here. Doing pretty good on getting the tanks out going. Let's get more. Alright, I need to set that rally if I haven't yet. Alright, so I'm feeling pretty good about my statement of my status here. Let's go ahead and take out this turret. Let's move Jimmy up. I really want to make sure Jimmy is doing his job here. Okay, so we're going to need to attack soon. The next thing we want to do is take out blue once we have a chance here. Get my upgrades going. Let's go ahead and get a science facility so I won't have any delay in my upgrades. Do I need to overload? I should probably overload. I only have 2 SCVs on that. I should overload the refineries to make sure I have as much gas as I possibly can get. So my defense should be fine now. Right? The chances of them overwhelming me It's very unlikely at this point. I'm going to build a bunker. No, I'm just going to build a turret on the high ground. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and move Kerrigan to this bunker. Even though it's in the front and it's risky, she has a lot of tank support. It's not that risky. It's more risky probably for her to be on the high ground. Because remember, you lose your heroes, you lose the game. So you cannot afford that to happen. Hit F5 there, an accident. It's kind of a neat little feature. You can see kind of the old graphics, I guess, on a really bad computer. I don't remember it looking this bad. Maybe I just forget. It's been a while. But yeah, so these tanks are a little bit annoying, but they'll die. So at this point, oh my god, I have a bunch of units up here. Let's go ahead and build some defense. So the next kind of massive units they'll send is groups of wraiths. And obviously, if they send a group of wraiths here, not defended, it will die. So I would just get a bunker, just a bunker, and a few missile turrets on the left side here. You'll be fine. That should be fine. Yeah, you can build there. Yes, I have it in German. For those of you listening, wondering like, why does this sound so funny? I play Starcraft all the time. I've never heard this sound. Well, I like to play it in German, so you can hear all the. I didn't even think about that until right now. That, oh yeah, this is all in German. If anyone ever watches this, they'll be like, that doesn't know German, wondering what in the world's going on here. Alles Roja. I think that's what they're saying. Allzeitbereit. I kind of know what they're saying because I know a little bit of German, but okay, I need to attack. I've got way too many tanks here. So what you need to do now is you need to attack blue and just take them out. You got more than enough tanks. Jimmy will hold down for a little bit, but eventually you need to move Jimmy away. So I'm going to actually grab 8 SEVs and load them into this. Set it to Team 2 so I don't forget. Keep pumping tanks. Keep building supply depots. I will add some factories pretty soon. I got a lot of money. I need to add some factories now, in fact. But before that, I want to make sure I have turrets for this upcoming attack of race that will come. But I do need to get my attack up here as well. There's a lot of things going on in this matchup. You're not super at risk of losing at this point, except for the fact that, yes, they could for sure... oh, God, where'd that dropship go? Oh, here it is. That's why I set it to Team 2. You have to make sure that you keep your, BC safe, your Hyperion safe, because if they send a group of wraiths at him and you have no anti-air, and you have nothing to distract the wraiths, they're just going to take them out, and then you lose the match. So that's annoying. You don't want that to happen. So I'm going to go ahead and start building some Goliaths. I have some money. And like I said, I need to add some factories. I'm just making sure I have enough anti-air here so that if they hit over here, I'll be fine. So this shouldn't be a problem at this point. Just build a bunch of turrets. You got cash. You can still build SCVs. I'm actually going to double down on that. I will need an academy, as you might be noticing. I don't have any scans. So that is something that's important. Repair him. I've got so many tanks up here. I'm just going to start... Ooh, I grabbed a guy with gas. You go home. You go home. You're not supposed to be here. So this should make him safe for a while. So while that's happening, I really need to add factories. I have not added any more factories. So let's do that. Let's put one... I don't know. I want them all on the same screen. I guess I could put one there. And you don't need add-ons with all of them. So I guess I could put one more, maybe on the top or something. That should probably be fine. I don't know. We'll see. But I'll try that. So I have all my factories. I've added a lot of factories. Great defense at this point. Tanks are looking good. Let's start getting Vulture, Speed, and Mines. So the next thing you have to really be careful of in this matchup is if they start to expand, they will nuke you. This is not a match you can just sit back and just play defense the whole time and build a big army. Yeah, I guess you could, but, it's not going to be pleasant. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and send Jimmy back. There's really no reason for him to still be there. He has served his purpose. So I'm going to build a bunker for Kerrigan and start building anti-air. Alright, so the reason for that is I just want to keep my heroes safe. I don't want them to risk dying here. So I want to make sure I keep them safe. Let's rally these out and just build some maybe vultures to run around the map a little bit. I have enough supply. I'm going to go ahead and build an extra supply depot just to be safe. Jimmy's almost home. She's not in that bunker as she should be. Where did she go? Oh my god, this is always a little scary when your hero is not where they're supposed to be. Okay, here she is. She was under... Okay, I found her. Hiding from me there. Okay, so at this point, make sure that you have, you know, a team of units. I should have already killed blue a million years ago, but I have not. Again, this is my first time doing one of these, play-by-play videos. I have never done this before, so trying my best here. So we're gonna push, push, push. We need to kill these guys. They're very weak, as you can see. They don't really stand a chance against me, but let's just go ahead and focus on taking blue out. As you can see, I have such a strong army, it's not going to take much to take them down. They'll just fall apart on themselves, I guess. I don't know, whatever. They're not going to last. So they're about gone. Let's get these together because I need to go back and... Oh my god, there's a bunch of SCVs here. We're ready to do a job. I'm telling you, I don't play around with protecting my heroes here. Make sure that they don't die while you continue to mass up a little bit here. You stay there. Right, just a move. There's really no reason to do anything too fancy here. You do want this extra gas, and you do want just to play it safe. Get missile turrets, get protection. Like I said, there's going to be an attack of wraiths that come a little later. I've got enough defense, I think, to fend that off. The chance of them coming straight at this area is very unlikely, but as you can see here, I've got tons of turrets protecting them. Personal SCV repair crew. So they attack from an interesting angle. I've never seen this before. I've played this many times. I've never seen them attack my barracks, and I actually never built Marines in that. Should I repair it? I guess I should repair it, and I did not. This is odd. This has never happened before. I mean, they'll come into the turrets and eventually die to the turrets. This is interesting. I've never seen them come from this angle. I mean, their base is on that side, so it's not really that unlikely they would come from that angle, but... Oh well. That's annoying. Let's just keep moving my SCVs over here and eventually maybe get them to run into these... That was annoying. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take them out because they're getting on my nerves now. So what I need to do, I need to move most of my forces to the center of the map at this point. I need to prevent bases from them, and it won't take much work. I still don't have, as you realized, we talked about earlier, I didn't build an academy, so I have no way to get comsat, which is kind of annoying. Alright, so you can see there's a group of wraiths. That's kind of annoying. So we'll move back, build some more Goliaths. Should be fine here. So this base seems okay. I'm going to go ahead and build some Marines. I don't know if I need them, but go ahead and build a few there. Where are my Goliaths at today? We have many with my army. Oh well, that should be done. Okay, let's focus our attention down here. Oh, there's where all my Goliaths are. I sent them all up here to the middle of the map. Don't really need them up here, to be honest. I might need a few, but shouldn't need too many. So the main purpose of coming up here is just to ensure that purple doesn't really come and attack me. So, and they're also not going to be able to take expansions as well. So let's get those comsats going so we can scan. And I'll even build a comsat at all my other command centers, just so I have them. Still need air defense here, although as you saw, the Wraith didn't attack anywhere near here. I would leave one tank there, send a couple there, because we're going to need the space later. If you notice, I'm sacrificing quite a few units. I'm not even really paying attention to them. The main thing is just to make sure you're moving around and doing some damage here. Why are my tanks on the high ground? I have no idea. Guess I should watch a little bit, so I have some idea of what they're doing. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and just, I don't know, I'm going to put one tank on the high ground there. I don't see the purpose of having any of these other units here except maybe the medics, because there's not a lot of use for them. Just go ahead and attack. Just attack areas on the map that need to be attacked to prevent them from doing any sort of build with missile turrets. We do not want that. Now here's another tip that I should be using in myself is you have so much money, you don't really need to be mining these minerals. So pull a lot of your SCVs off and just send them to some of these other bases for now. I'll go ahead and siege a few tanks here. We're going to push in on orange and go ahead and take them out because they're getting on my nerves. So I like to take this base here, as you can see. Just throw a few mines down, whatever. So that shouldn't be a problem. So, what I think I might do, I'm thinking about re-rallying my troops here, but I don't really think I need to at this point. Send a bunch of units up that way. Scan. Let's go ahead and siege here. I need a science vessel. I'm going to go ahead and rally my troops to this low ground here. So, oops, I need to change my F3. If you've never done this, you just hit F2, F3, F2, F3, F2, F3, F2, F3, F2, F3, F2, F3. I'm kind of annoyed by what that one spot there is. Okay, this gap here is a little bit annoying. I know there's probably better ways to do this, but again, this is something I'm trying to improve on, trying to get better at. So plenty of units here, and as you can see, this is not as hard of a mission as you might think. If you've tried this before and you've lost at it, it's probably because of a number of reasons. One reason might be you just don't know the map that well, you're not sure where the bases are, but more than likely than not, you try to turtle a little too much when you played it. But as you can see, if you're really aggressive with building lots of tanks and attacking, there's not a whole lot they can do. You'll take them out pretty easily because your production's way too high. As you see, I have all these factories just constantly pumping units, and I'm constantly attacking them. They don't really have a chance to do anything. Okay, so as I was sort of going to say earlier, I want to come up here and grab all these. I don't even need this. Let's go ahead and just move it down here. You want to go ahead and grab all those SEVs and use them. I haven't even used the ones over here. Again, as you saw, I mean, they're not very aggressive. You know, they could be attacking this location and really pressuring me from the top, but they haven't done that. If you scan, you can see there's a base up there, and they're not really doing anything. You know, the AI is not the greatest. No surprises there, I guess. I need a lot more Goliath, and it doesn't look like I've rallied any more over yet. Got one hero Goliath here. Gotta try to keep him alive, and put a D-matrix on him here in a second. Go ahead and D-matrix him up. Let's go. He's got to survive this. Okay. There we go. There's some more. There's some more to join our hero over here. Good luck killing him, Wraith, with his D-matrix. But yeah, as you see, I mean, there's really not a whole lot going on here. I can grab an extra gas. I talked earlier about how I could... Oop, I hate that. That's one of my pet peeves. How I needed this gas, and I never really took it. One mistake I have made is there's not many missile turrets here. If they sent a big attack from the... Oops, if they sent a big attack from the north here, I'm not in very good shape. So, still have quite a few SEVs over here that are a little oversaturated, so we'll pump them up there. If I can remember, we'll go ahead and get my everything else going. So, got two of those guys. That's nice. Alright, so yeah, so far, what do we need to be doing here? We need to finish off orange. I have some reinforcements here. I might as well send them down. And there's just not a whole lot going on, as you can see. I mean, I don't really need these vultures over here. I could just go ahead and start attacking purple if I wanted to, but don't want to get in any rush. Let's just take our time. Let's have a little fun. Finish these guys off. One thing I like to do sometimes with the vessels when I'm playing is just maybe hook them onto the tanks so that I don't forget to move them with the tanks. So I like to have my Goliaths or vultures on my first team, tanks on my second team, and then my third team will be the vessels. So I like to do that. Keep an eye on my upgrades. You don't really need all these upgrades, but might as well get them. Alright. Ziel identifizieren. That means target identified. When they go target or identify target in English, in German they say Ziel identifiziert. Alright, so anywho, as you can see, just kind of going through the motions here. So yeah, I mean, there's other ways to play this map. You could play it where you... The first time I beat it, in fact, I think I was just very aggressive with bio. I would do like an aggressive bio drop up here, but then I realized, well, it just works better to have tanks, so I would drop like up here with tanks and maybe Marines, but mostly tanks, and I would push down through this and kill blue. And then I would just either try to do a push this way or something else. I don't know. It was just very difficult. I just didn't know that it's just better just to straight up out macro these guys. Just make sure your macro's pumping very heavy. You have a really good setup here. and go from there. So I'm trying to think of how to better improve this. I mean, honestly, it would have been better to have a triple stack and then maybe, go from there. So this depot, if everything was shifted down a bit and didn't have these depots here, I think it would be a little bit better set up. These are just the kind of things that back in the day I didn't care about in StarCraft, but now I'm trying to get a little bit better at thinking about building placement and things of that nature. But yeah, purple. Purple, in the late game, if you sit back too much, and maybe they're more aggressive if they actually are able to expand, they will build battle cruisers. And they will build an entire mass of them, and they will attack you with them. So you don't want to get into that situation. Another thing that I've done in this matchup before, that's not really the smartest thing to do, is to actually attack with your heroes. Like I mentioned earlier, you want to protect them. So I would like create a big battlecruiser armor, or big battlecruiser army, and I would think, oh, I'm going to attack, with battlecruisers and let Jim Raynor lead the way. This will be so much fun, but in reality, it's too risky because all it takes is him getting locked down by some rogue ghost, sorry. And then once that ghost locks him down, then all your focus, all your APM has to go into trying to protect him. And you can't do anything else. And this is certainly a matchup where you've got to be moving fast and making sure you're not getting distracted. There's lots of cool things in this map. I mean, they actually, at this expansion here, there's a whole high ground area that you could actually protect if you wanted to. There's really, again, as you're seeing here, there's really no reason to because they just don't have enough. I mean, this match is pretty much over at this point. I can just go all in and finish them if I want to. I've got SCVs here. I can do pretty much whatever I want to finish this matchup. So we'll have a little fun with it. I'll leave one tank here. We'll attack the supply depot area first. So let's send everything I have that way. This tank will finish all of that off for us. Didn't even need this guy here anymore, so let's just send this all in up here. This is, again, mostly protecting from an air attack. If they send a mass of battlecruisers here, they'd have to cut through that, come all the way down, cut through all of this to get to my heroes. It's just not going to happen, I don't think. Don't want to jinx myself here, but I feel pretty safe. I don't need any of this stuff. Well, maybe I'll keep one hurt guy down there and just push. There's just no reason to sit back and play around too much. So I think what we could do for fun is bring all these SCVs up here and build a bunch of buildings. That's always fun. Let them know, like, this is our base now. This is no longer your base. It is our base, and we can do whatever we want with it. Alright, so they have a lot of depots here, as you can tell. That will, of course, restrict their max army supply, I would imagine. Unless there's some trigger set up in this map where they can go over it. I don't think so. I think in this After Brood War campaign, there's some missions where there's triggers built in where the computer never runs out of money. In fact, if you look here, they are mining. Sometimes they don't even, it doesn't even have them start to mine. They have, as you see here, they are fighting back. They have some ghosts. They have some units and things. But as we discussed, it's my base now. I've got all these units. I can do whatever I want in here. I can build some more. I'm not going to plan on building any more tanks, I don't think, so just squish all these together. Just build 6 of them. That should be sufficient. That'll be my new area to build from. Just keep pushing. These tanks, I'm going to go ahead and just siege them at this point. Let's take him out so he doesn't MP my stuff. And they always want to do that. They want to MP your tanks. I mean your vessels. Obviously that's all they're trying to do there. Bafela Captain, if you hear Bafela, that's the SCVs. They're saying orders, Captain. Bafela orders. There's no reason to siege your tanks here. Just push. They can't stop them. There's nothing they can do. Come on, you can bauen it. Bauen means to build in German. In fact, that's what the B is in VBF, or WBF, I should say. Welt, Bau, Fahrzeug. Fahrzeug means vehicle. If you remember, Volkswagen used to have an old advertisement, Fahrvergnügen. Fahr means to drive, like fahren, and it's like driving pleasure. I always think about that. Alright, so like I said, I won't have anything much to talk about. This is a pretty anticlimactic end. This is a very difficult map if you've never played it before, and even if you're a pretty good StarCraft player that maybe have played casually for 20 years, and you try this map, you will get crushed. You will get absolutely crushed because they will, if you sit back, they will attack you, they will nuke you, and it is a nightmare. But if you just push, push, push like I'm doing, I didn't even need these, as you can see. Just push really hard, like there's nothing they can do. Let's just attack with the SCVs at this point. Let's have some fun. Let's go all in with what we have left. Just send everything. Finish these people off. Don't send your heroes. Again, you can lose this match because your heroes die. It's very sad. I've had that happen many, many times. But this is over. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, if you will, on how to beat the Homebound mission on After Brood War. This is one of my favorite missions of all time. Thanks to those that created this. I didn't think before this video to look and see the creators of this campaign. I think this campaign's been out quite a while. I first played this, wow, it's been a long time, so I think this has been around maybe 10, 15, maybe even 20 years, I'm not sure. So it's a great one. Whoever put the effort into building this did a terrific job, so I really appreciate it. It's a fun challenge. Certainly after beating all the campaigns, it's fun, so I think that's it. So see ya. Peace.